British engineering once ruled the fields. Before global giants took over, Britain built farming machines that were clever, tough, and brilliantly suited to real farmers, not just spec sheets. Tractors, combines, and specialist machines designed for narrow lanes, heavy soils, and brutal working conditions. Some were mechanical masterpieces. Some were wildly innovative. Most disappeared not because they were bad, but because the industry changed around them. Today, with rising costs, repairability issues, and farmers demanding simpler, tougher machines, these designs feel more relevant than ever. This is the story of 10 British farming machines that deserve a comeback, forgotten legends that were ahead of their time and may be exactly what modern farming needs again. Number 1. Ferguson TE20. Little Grey Fergie. The Ferguson TE20, famously known as the Little Grey Fergie, is not just one of Britain's most important farming machines. It is one of the most influential agricultural machines ever built anywhere in the world. Introduced in 1946, just after the Second World War, the TE20 arrived at a time when British agriculture urgently needed mechanization. Labor shortages, damaged infrastructure, and the need to increase food production made efficient, affordable machinery essential rather than optional. What truly set the TE20 apart was Harry Ferguson's three-point hydraulic linkage system. While tractors already existed before the TE20, most implements were either trailed or awkwardly mounted, often dangerous and inefficient. Ferguson's system allowed implements to be rigidly attached to the tractor while still transferring weight to the rear wheels. This dramatically improved traction, control, safety, and efficiency. The importance of this design cannot be overstated. The three-point hitch became the global standard, still used on almost every agricultural tractor today. Mechanically, the TE20 was deliberately simple. Early versions used a Standard Motor Company petrol engine, later followed by petrol-paraffin and diesel variants. Power output was modest, around 20 horsepower, but the tractor's light weight and excellent traction meant it could perform tasks previously requiring larger, heavier machines. Plowing, cultivating, mowing, drilling, and hauling could all be done by a single TE20, making it ideal for small and medium-sized British farms with hedged fields and mixed operations. The TE20 also deserves credit for democratizing mechanization. It was affordable, easy to maintain, and could be repaired by farmers themselves using basic tools. Spare parts were widely available, and the tractor quickly spread beyond Britain to Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and developing agricultural economies worldwide. Why does the TE20 deserve a comeback today? Modern farming is once again facing challenges that favor the TE20's philosophy rather than modern oversized machinery. Soil compaction, fuel costs, sustainability concerns, and the growth of small-scale and regenerative farming all point toward lighter, simpler, lower-impact tractors. A modern TE20-inspired machine, potentially electric or hybrid, would be perfectly suited to today's market gardeners, smallholders, orchards, and mixed farms. The original TE20 proved that efficiency is not about size or horsepower, but about intelligent design, a lesson modern agriculture urgently needs to relearn. Number 2. Fordson Supermajor. The Fordson Supermajor, produced between 1960 and 1964, represents the peak of Fordson's British tractor development before the brand transitioned into the Ford tractor line. Built in Dagenham, England, the Supermajor was designed to meet the demands of increasingly mechanized post-war agriculture, where farms were growing larger and workloads heavier. Unlike the lightweight Ferguson TE20, the Supermajor was a serious power machine. It was fitted with a 4-cylinder diesel engine producing approximately 54 horsepower, a significant figure for its time. This made it suitable for deep plowing, heavy cultivation, hauling loaded trailers, and powering demanding PTO equipment such as balers and threshing machines. The Supermajor was particularly popular on arable farms where strength and reliability mattered more than compact size. One of the Supermajor's key strengths was its rugged construction. The tractor was over-engineered by modern standards, with a strong cast-iron chassis, durable transmission, and simple mechanical systems. Farmers valued it because it could run for thousands of hours with minimal attention. Even today, many Supermajors remain operational, a testament to their build quality. The Supermajor also introduced important refinements over earlier Fordson models, including improved hydraulics, better braking systems, and enhanced operator comfort, though still basic by modern standards. It maintained compatibility with 3-point mounted implements, allowing it to integrate into mixed machinery fleets rather than being limited to specific tasks. So why does the Supermajor deserve a comeback? Modern agriculture has largely moved toward extremely high horsepower tractors that are expensive, complex, and often excessive for many farms. There is a growing gap between small utility tractors and massive modern machines. A modern Supermajor-style tractor, mid-power, mechanically robust, and designed for longevity rather than electronics dependency, would suit many family-run farms, contractors, and developing agricultural markets. A revived Supermajor concept could combine its original strength and simplicity with modern emissions compliance and modular technology. The idea is not nostalgia but practicality. A tractor that farmers can own long-term, repair locally, and rely on year after year, exactly what the original Supermajor was built to do. Number 3. Nuffield Universal 11060 Series. The Nuffield Universal and 1060 series tractors were developed specifically with British farming conditions in mind. Produced from the late 1940s through the 1960s, Nuffield tractors filled an important niche between small utility tractors and heavier arable machines. They became especially popular on mixed farms that required versatility rather than extreme power. Nuffield tractors were produced under the British Motor Corporation (BMC) umbrella and benefited from proven automotive diesel technology. The 1060, for example, used a 4-cylinder diesel engine producing around 45 horsepower, making it capable enough for plowing and cultivation while still remaining compact and maneuverable. This balance made Nuffield tractors ideal for livestock farms, dairies, and smaller arable units with irregular field shapes and limited space. One of the defining characteristics of Nuffield machines was their excellent weight distribution and handling. They were stable on slopes, easy to control at low speeds, and compatible with a wide range of implements. Farmers appreciated their straightforward engineering. Gearboxes, hydraulics, and engines were simple enough to be maintained without specialist equipment. Nuffield tractors also reflected a time when manufacturers designed machines for local farming realities, not global uniformity. Hedgerows, narrow lanes, small yards, and mixed workloads shaped the tractor's proportions and capabilities. This philosophy has largely disappeared in the age of globalized tractor platforms. A modern comeback of the Nuffield concept would be extremely relevant today. As diversified farming, pasture-based systems, and small dairy operations grow again, there is demand for mid-size versatile tractors that prioritize control, efficiency, and durability over raw horsepower. A revived Nuffield-style machine could serve farms that are too large for compact tractors but do not need massive modern units. The original Nuffield tractors succeeded because they were designed for farmers, not marketing departments. Bringing that mindset back would be a major step forward for modern British agricultural engineering. Number 4. David Brown 788-8085. The David Brown 780, 880, and 885 series represent one of the most respected and understated chapters in British tractor manufacturing. Built in Meltham, West Yorkshire, David Brown tractors earned their reputation not through flashy innovation, but through consistent reliability, strong drivetrains, and practical design. The 780 and 880 models emerged in the 1960s, while the 885, produced during the 1970s, refined the platform further. These tractors were widely used across Britain on mixed farms, dairy units, and livestock operations. Power output typically ranged between 35 and 50 horsepower depending on model and configuration, placing them squarely in the utility category. David Brown tractors were known for excellent gearboxes, offering a wide selection of usable working speeds. This made them especially effective for tasks such as mowing, baling, spraying, and loader work. The hydraulic systems were dependable, and the tractors handled 3-point implements with precision, essential for day-to-day farm operations. Another key strength was longevity. David Brown tractors were built to work long hours under tough conditions. Many examples remained in daily farm use well into the 1990s and beyond, often with minimal refurbishment. Their engines were economical, their parts availability remained strong for decades, and their mechanical simplicity made them easy to keep running. So why does this series deserve a comeback? Modern farms increasingly need reliable utility tractors rather than highly complex machines filled with electronics. The David Brown philosophy, robust mechanical engineering, sensible power and versatility, aligns perfectly with current demands for durability and cost control. A modern David Brown-inspired tractor could be designed as a long-life machine with minimal electronic dependency, modular components, and strong aftermarket support. For farms that value ownership over leasing and longevity over constant upgrades, the David Brown approach remains as relevant today as it was 50 years ago. Number 5. Ransomes MTS Self-Propelled Combine Harvesters. The Ransomes MTS self-propelled combine harvester represents one of Britain's most overlooked yet important contributions to arable mechanization. Long before imported combines came to dominate British fields, Ransomes, a company better known today for ploughs and turf machinery, invested heavily in developing complete harvesting systems for cereal crops. The MTS combine emerged during the mid-20th century, when Britain was striving for food security and self-sufficiency following wartime shortages. At the time, combine harvesting was still a developing concept in the UK. British farms often had smaller, irregularly shaped fields, heavy straw crops, and unpredictable weather. Imported American combines were not always well suited to these conditions. The Ransomes MTS was designed specifically for British crop types, field sizes, and soil conditions, making it more practical for domestic use than many foreign machines of the era. Mechanically, the MTS was straightforward and robust. It used conventional threshing and separation systems that were easy to understand and maintain, with chain and belt drives rather than overly complex assemblies. This simplicity allowed farmers and local engineers to service the machine without reliance on factory specialists, a major advantage in rural Britain. The machine was typically powered by a petrol or diesel engine and built with durability in mind rather than lightweight cost-cutting. Despite its strengths, the Ransomes MTS struggled commercially. As global manufacturers expanded aggressively into the British market, larger companies benefited from economies of scale, while British combine development suffered from limited investment and shrinking domestic demand. As a result, machines like the MTS gradually disappeared from fields and memory. Why does the Ransomes MTS deserve a comeback today? Modern arable farming is increasingly split between very large, high-capacity combines and aging second-hand machines that are costly to maintain. There is a growing need for smaller, simpler, affordable combines suitable for small to medium farms, regenerative systems, and diversified cropping. A modern reinterpretation of the MTS, compact, repairable, and optimized for British conditions, would fill this gap perfectly. Such a machine would not compete with massive modern combines, but instead offer a practical harvesting solution for farmers who value independence, manageable scale, and long-term ownership. In that sense, the Ransomes MTS was not ahead of its time. It was built for a future that is now returning. Number 6. Claas Dominator 80 UK-built era. Although Claas is a German company, its British manufacturing era at Bury St Edmunds makes the Dominator 80 a crucial part of British farming machine history. From the 1960s onward, Claas invested heavily in UK-based production, turning Britain into one of Europe's key combine manufacturing centres. The Dominator series, including the Dominator 80, became a common sight on British arable farms. The Dominator 80 was a mid-capacity combine harvester designed for versatility. It was powerful enough to handle wheat, barley, and oats efficiently, yet compact enough to operate in Britain's smaller fields and narrow access lanes. Farmers valued the machine for its excellent threshing quality, reliable straw management, and straightforward mechanical layout. One of the Dominator 80's biggest strengths was reliability. These machines were engineered to work long harvest days under unpredictable weather conditions. Breakdowns during harvest can be disastrous, and the Dominator earned a reputation for consistency and ease of maintenance. British-built units also benefited from local parts supply and service networks, reducing downtime during critical periods. The Bury St Edmunds plant symbolized a time when Britain was not just using agricultural machinery, but building it at world-class standards. Skilled British labour assembled machines that were exported globally, contributing to the rural economy and preserving engineering expertise. Why does the Dominator 80 deserve a comeback? Modern combines have grown enormous, expensive, and heavily computerized. While impressive, they are often unsuitable for smaller farms or operators who cannot justify their cost or complexity. A modern British-built mid-size combine inspired by the Dominator 80, efficient, repairable, and sensibly sized, would be extremely valuable today. Such a revival would also help restore domestic agricultural manufacturing capability. Britain once proved it could build combines that matched global standards. Reintroducing that capacity, even at smaller scale, would strengthen resilience in food production and machinery supply. Number 7. Field Marshal Series 3. The Field Marshal Series 3 stands apart from almost every other agricultural machine ever built. Unlike conventional multi-cylinder tractors, the Field Marshal Series 3 used a single-cylinder, slow-running diesel engine with an enormous flywheel. This unusual design produced immense torque at very low engine speeds, making the tractor exceptionally effective for heavy draft and stationary belt work. Field Marshal tractors were not refined, quiet, or comfortable, but they were phenomenally durable. The Series 3 was widely used for plowing, threshing, sawmills, and powering stationary equipment on farms where reliability mattered more than operator comfort. The engine's simplicity meant fewer moving parts, lower failure rates, and the ability to run for decades with basic maintenance. Starting a Field Marshal was famously physical, often involving cartridges or manual procedures. But once running, the engine would maintain steady power for hours. This characteristic made it ideal for continuous workloads such as threshing drums or grain elevators. Farmers trusted these machines because they rarely failed under load. Why does a machine like this deserve a comeback? Modern farming increasingly relies on steady, continuous power for tasks like milling, pumping, compost turning, and off-grid operations. The Field Marshal philosophy, low speed, high torque, long service life, is perfectly suited to modern electric drivetrains. A modern Field Marshal revival would not use a single-cylinder diesel. Instead, it could use an electric motor with a large rotational mass or software-controlled torque delivery, replicating the original machine's working characteristics while eliminating emissions and noise. Such a machine would be invaluable for regenerative farms, remote operations, and specialist agricultural processing. The Field Marshal Series 3 proves that brute force is not about horsepower figures. It is about torque, stability, and endurance. That lesson remains highly relevant today. Number 8. Track Marshal 55 and 70 Crawlers. The Track Marshal 55 and 70 crawler tractors were purpose-built agricultural machines designed for conditions where wheeled tractors struggled. Developed after the merger of Marshall and Fowler interests, Track Marshal crawlers combined proven tractor engines with tracked undercarriages, allowing them to operate on heavy, wet, or unstable soils. These machines were widely used for plowing heavy clay land reclamation, and work on slopes where traction was critical. Unlike modern high-speed tracked tractors, Track Marshal crawlers were relatively slow, deliberate machines designed for maximum grip and minimum soil disturbance. Their weight was spread across the tracks, significantly reducing ground pressure compared to wheeled machines. Farmers valued Track Marshal crawlers for their ability to keep working when others could not. In wet seasons, when wheeled tractors became bogged down, crawlers could continue plowing and cultivating. This reliability was crucial in Britain's variable climate, where timing often determines crop success. Why do these machines deserve a comeback? Soil compaction is now recognized as one of the most serious long-term threats to farm productivity. Heavy modern tractors cause deep structural damage that can last decades. The Track Marshal approach, low ground pressure, steady power, and controlled movement, aligns perfectly with modern soil health principles. A modern Track Marshal-inspired farming crawler could use rubber tracks, electric or hybrid power, and modular ballast systems, creating a machine ideal for regenerative farming, peatland management, and agroforestry. Instead of chasing speed and horsepower, it would prioritize traction, soil protection, and precision. Track Marshal crawlers show that British engineers understood sustainable traction long before the term existed. Reviving that philosophy could dramatically improve how modern farming interacts with the land. Number 9. John Fowler & Co. Cable Plowing System. The John Fowler & Co. cable plowing system stands as one of the most important and uniquely British farming technologies ever developed. Long before large tractors were capable of pulling deep plows across heavy soils, Fowler's system provided a practical and highly effective solution for cultivating land that conventional horse or early tractor power simply could not manage. Developed in the mid-19th century and refined well into the early 20th century, Fowler's system used two traction engines positioned on opposite sides of a field, hauling a plow back and forth between them using steel cables. This method allowed deep, consistent cultivation of heavy clay soils without compacting the land, because the engines themselves remained at the field edges rather than crossing the soil repeatedly. This approach proved revolutionary in Britain, where large areas of fertile land were locked behind heavy clay that resisted traditional plowing methods. Fowler systems were widely adopted across England and exported globally, playing a critical role in increasing agricultural productivity during a period when food security was a national priority. The brilliance of the Fowler system lay in its understanding of soil physics, long before modern soil science formalized these principles. By keeping heavy machinery off the field itself, soil structure was preserved, drainage improved, and crop yields increased. Even today, soil compaction caused by heavy-wheeled machinery is a major concern, making Fowler's logic remarkably modern. Why does this system deserve a comeback? Not because steam engines should return, but because the concept is still valid. Modern agriculture increasingly recognizes that repeated passes of heavy tractors cause long-term damage to soil health. A modern reinterpretation of Fowler's cable-based cultivation using electric winches, GPS guidance, and lightweight implements could offer a low-impact solution for deep cultivation, drainage work, and regenerative farming systems. Such technology would be especially valuable for organic farming, controlled traffic systems, and farms operating on fragile soils. Instead of relying on ever larger tractors, a modern Fowler-inspired system could deliver precision cultivation while dramatically reducing compaction. John Fowler & Co. proved that British agricultural engineering once solved problems with intelligence rather than brute force. Reviving that mindset could help modern farming meet productivity and sustainability goals simultaneously. Number 10. Bamford hay turners and early balers. The Bamford hay turners and early balers were once a common sight across British farms and played a crucial role in mechanizing forage production. Long before high-speed rotary tedders and complex balers became standard, Bamford machines provided reliable, affordable solutions for haymaking in Britain's unpredictable climate. Bamford specialized in simple, mechanically driven implements that could be powered by tractors of modest horsepower. Their hay turners helped spread and aerate cut grass, speeding up drying in a country where short weather windows often determined whether hay was saved successfully or lost to rain. These machines were robust, easy to maintain, and well-suited to small and medium-sized fields bordered by hedgerows. Early Bamford balers further transformed forage handling. By replacing loose hay handling with baled fodder, farmers dramatically reduced labor requirements and storage losses. While early balers lacked the automation and output of modern machines, they were dependable and accessible to farms that could not afford large imported equipment. The strength of Bamford machines was their practical engineering philosophy. They were built to last, designed to be repaired locally, and compatible with a wide range of tractors. Farmers understood them, trusted them, and often kept them in service for decades. Why do these machines deserve a comeback? Modern forage machinery has become increasingly complex, expensive, and oversized for many farms. Small livestock farms, mixed holdings, and regenerative operations often need simple, low-capacity haymaking equipment rather than industrial-scale systems. A modern revival of Bamford-style hay machinery, lightweight, modular, and mechanically straightforward, would be ideal for farms prioritizing cost control, reliability, and independence. Electric or PTO-driven modern versions could maintain the original simplicity while improving efficiency and safety. Bamford's success shows that farming machinery does not need to be complicated to be effective. In an era where resilience and sustainability matter more than maximum output, the Bamford approach remains not only relevant, but necessary. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.